Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black Channel here at Ticker Talker, and no way to sugarcoat this one. Snoozer! So let's take a look here, and you're going to see, look at this SPY weekly chart up here in your upper middle. Look at this. It's doing nothing, right? So you got this nothingness of nothingness in here. At least you got an inside 60 to the upside if you really were trying to squeeze something out of this market. But as you can see, we're coming into the end of the month, and we're still skirting the highs of the month, nowhere near a reversal on that. So the question is, what is this week going to finish off like, and then how do we start off the new month, right? So right now, just sitting here doing nothing, you got Qs here doing nothing, a little bit weaker, but look at this weekly range. This is awful, right? So uh, if you got something else to do, I'd go do that. But if you're going to stick around here, let's see what we can dig up for you. So if there's something you want to do here to make sure you got something that's actually doing something, and you know how I like to pull up my scanner for you. So if you pull up the scan, one of the things you want to scan for in this environment especially, because there's something we call a vortex, right? Oops. And what that means is when guys can get caught up in just looking at the short-term chart, when it's actually on a longer term thing's doing nothing. So what you want to make sure you got here when you see that kind of range is you go here, I'm going to sort by volume. I want to make sure I've got something taken out, last week's highs, right? So these are all things taken out last week's highs, right? Then I'm going to go down the list, and this is going to show me how much change has happened since the opening, right? You're going to see this VXRT. You're going to see TIRX moving. You're going to see MVIS still up, but then puking. So this will tell us. And also, when you look at this, the slight concentration of maybe some banks, but really not much here, right? And you can see here almost not much movement at all. Here you got UPS on your gap, right? BTX, we'll get to that in a second. Right, Crocs up 4 since the opening, so that kind of gives you a good idea who's taking out last week's highs. But you're going to see also in here, it's kind of a who's who of nobodies, right? There's no real heavy concentration in any sector. That tells me the market's doing nothing. And if we go to here and we search for taking out last week's lows, right? If you go down the list here, Procter maybe, Mini Mines a little bit, Colgate, so there's still a little XLP in there, Kimberly Clark, but you can see the daily movement, not much. It's not much. Centina down a little bit, ATVI down a little bit, FSISV. So we can take a look at these and see what we got here, but you can see that there's no real high concentration on either side, right? That tells me that the market is doing nothing, right? So let's take a look at a few of them anyway. If we go to, well, let's go to the apes right out there. Say GameStop. And GameStop gap and sit 3 hours into 2 hours stuck in here, right? But what was nice is that it's a continuation from yesterday, right? And you can see this here, the 2 down, 2 up. And then, so if you held overnight, you can stomach this. All right, we got a little bit more out of it, and it starts breaking that 60. Cut a bit of it, right? You got your win, and in a market that's doing nothing. If we go to, if any sector was doing anything today, it would be home builders. But you can see that just going into the highs, and so even that is drying up a little bit. You just go down the line, DHI going up a little bit, now starting to come in, KBH now coming in, Toll Brothers. And this is what you got to be careful of, the stall out of things when things are doing nothing. If we go to VXRT, and VXRT, and a nice little mover here, and taking out the outside month down into here. So now we're going to stall out, maybe get your inside 60. We get anything closer in that 15er. So here's what you look for in a 15-minute. It's again the 2 up by taking out the previous high, then take out the previous low, and then boom, right here. These two becoming outside bar of all that. Now stalling out like a lot of things. SPY is right now up 1 cent. So there's ALDX. ALDX on the gappers, and you can see this here on the monthly. It hits its magnitude, and that's one of the problems that we're having here is a lot of things have already done what they were supposed to do for the month, and that's why you're getting this stall out. So you get this inside month, poke down, boom, right here, going to take these guys out, which it did. Your reversal on the week off the gap. Now we'll see it's going back into the highs. Let's get to that 30. Here's what we look for, just like that month. Here, inside 30, pokes down, boom, revs right into the highs. You're going to stop all these guys out. And there she goes, but not a lot of magnitude left on that one either. If we go to UPST, and UPST coming back in on the 30 already, but you can see this is still an inside month. And this is what we're going to be looking for coming up here. How many inside months do we have coming into May? Right now, you're nowhere near taking out either side of that. What you do have is the weekly, right? Comes in, 2-2 weekly reversal. So that's good for the rest of the week as long as it's over 111.95, right? So that's a nice little move since it's done that, but we'll see if that sets up again for us. If we go to DoorDash, and DoorDash here, still an inside month, but you do have that inside week to the upside continuation, right? So that's good, and you can see like a lot of things go up, then come right back down. We'll see maybe you get an inside 30 to get in there. You can see this inside 30 right here. 2 up, inside, boom. Gives you the inside week and up, inside 30 and up. That's what you're going to look for. If we go to NVAX, and NVAX here on the weekly, inside week to the upside, right? If that works, it's still an inside month, but we're looking to see if you can take this out. Even if you don't do it this month, you might do it next month and have an inside month and up. But that would be a 2-2 reversal above 240, 251. Getting closer, maybe get yourself an inside 30 here. If we go to Moderna, been watching this all month? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Why? 2 down, 2 up month. Looking to take this out. 189.26. Got about $4 or $5 left in this thing before these two become an outside bar of all that. After you had your inside day and your RevStrat day. 1, 2, 2 down in here, right? So this is what I talk about. This is directional, right? Because it's a 2 up, inside 2 up. This is a reversal. 2 down, 2 up, right? That's what you look for. You look to enter on the reversal, then get in on the continuation, add on your continuation. A lot of people up in here would be like, oh, it's prudent to schnitzel sub because I made some money. Wrong answer. It's still going. You add to that winner, boy. If we get to Humana, and Humana, we know we were looking for this 322, which we got. The outside month, then 2 down, then 2. These become an outside bar of all that. We got that. So another thing that you look for on a day like today is it is taking out last week's highs. That's good. And it's potential an outside bar, right? So at this point, every reason to believe this is going to go outside if this market stays firm, right? If we go to Williams-Sonoma, and Williams-Sonoma, once again, looking for these kind of things here. It's a doji on the month. That's not good. But you do have this on the week. The 2 down, the 2 up, right? So one of the good things why we do the strat attack on Tuesday is that I want to see things that have gone in the same direction for 2 days. If you're going to go up 5 days, you got to go up two days in a row first, right? Because what that means is they came in to buy Williams-Sonoma on Monday, and they came back on Tuesday to buy it again. That's something I want to know about, right? Those are active buyers. Right now, like a lot of things, coming in just a tad. If we go to Match.com, let's get them vaccines rolling and get out there and start dating. But here you got your outside week. And takes that to the upside. Just doing a lot of grinding here. But once again, on that monthly, we're running out of month, but you can see this. Take out the previous high, take out the previous low. Nah, you got my attention over 157.90, which you are there right now, or right about there. So we'll see if there's anything more comes of that. If we go to BTX, and BTX, nice inside day. Momo hammer you got there. Boy, anybody got short in here? Meta freight train right here. Boom. Green, green, green. Inside day. Hammer to the upside. So now you can see they come in a little bit. And right here, above this, gets my attention in the next half an hour. If you can get up over that 2081 area, that would be a 2-2 reversal on your 30. If we go to TIRX, and here you can see this. The 2 down, 2 up. I don't think that's an outside. 1150, 1151. This is a 2 and a 2-2 reversal here on the weekly above 1535. Trading 1942. If you go to the 60, you're going to see this. Inside on the 60 and then into the highs and exhausting for now. We'll see if that sets up again for us. If we go to AWI, all right, nice big outside day. Already did what it was supposed to do, but it has been higher in the past. So anytime you have this kind of movement, we can keep an eye on it. Right now it's trying to reverse a little bit. We'll see if that sets up again back up to the upside. If we go to, oh boy, Crocs. Yep, Crocs. And Crocs is exhausting by going into new highs. And you can see this potentially. Let's go down to 30. Potentially. So this is a new high. This was an inside 30. It pokes down, so it would be RevStrat 30 back up towards the highs. If you can take this out over par 100 in the next half an hour, we'll see how that goes. If we go to Stamps, STMP. Stamps, you can see this inside 30 right now. We'll see if we can take that. Big monthly to go after. So one of the things about it is that when you see me using these combined months, it might take longer than 1 month to do this, but as far as we know, you got an outside month, you poke down, go 2-2 reversal back up, and if that doesn't change, we're going to go take this out way up there, right? So you had on the weekly, messing with them. Outside week, pokes down, not a lot of magnitude because it's already hit it, but whenever time you have an outside bar and then a 2-2 reversal, you're looking to take out this, which it did. These two are now an outside bar of that. And the good part is that monthly's still in force. We'll see if that keeps going. If we go to LESL, Leslie's, a nice little spiker now coming back in, and here's that reversal on the month. 2 down, take out the low, boom, still going and still good, just running out a month. Looks like we got a little spiky up into here that might stop them for a while. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to TBI, and TBI, just an exhaustion risk. It has been a little bit higher in the past. If you go back into here, a little grindy up in here, but you can see you got this. There's your inside 60 to the upside. We can see if that sets up again for you as well. If we go to Archer Daniels Midland, and Archer Daniels Midland now coming back in a little bit. Exhaustion risk by going into the highs, right? We know that. We want to come back to the previous range. We're not doing that. Now it's selling off a bit. We'll see if that resets up. If we go to MMC, Marsh & McLennan. And Marsh & McLennan also exhaustion risk. Just was having a nice little day here. And now coming back in. We'll see if that sets up again. How's the 30 looking? 30 still making lower lows. So you can see if we make any higher highs on that 30 or 60, that would get my attention. Back to the upside. If we go to STX, little grindy here too, but still going. And that Momo Hammer month, look at that. Anybody got short last month was hoping this thing was going to roll back down, and boom, they got stuck it to them, but good here. All right, and off she goes. We'll see. A little grindy in here. You did have that 30 upper, but we'll see. Not too much on the downside, but we can take a look here. We got Massimo here getting pounded here, and this is what you look for, that weekly right here. 2 up by taking out the high, and boom, there's your reversal on the month. Or the week, which we can expect because it's still an inside month. Back and forth we go. So we'll see if that sets up again. Here was a nice little inside 30, looks like, for you. MVIS. Hoo boy. Give me outside day. Oop, we got it. We got it. How's that 60 looking? And there you go. 3, 1, 2 to give me the outside day. Because once you take out one side of the range and start ripping through it, we know outside bars exist. You're going to take that out. How far she goes from here, don't know, but she's certainly moving around enough to keep an eye on. If you go to MEDP, and nice gap back to a previous range, just kind of stalling out. You did get a little bit of an inside 60 downer here, so we'll see when we get out of this mother bar and get pounded. And you always want to look forward and say, okay, if this works, what could happen? And you can see this on the monthly. Now, it was inside month to the upside, but it hit magnitude by taking this out. Now it's setting up the RevStrat month for repuking through this thing. All right, so we'll see how that goes. If we go to just a couple more, Corning, GLW. Here, like we like to see slight higher high and then boom, back to previous range. All right. And still slowly melting out. We'll see what happens there. There's your outside weaker now, setting up potential shooter on the month for the new month. All right, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Slow market, folks. So be careful. Make sure you've got some longer-term signals to work with. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in the vortex. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith & Black Channel here at Ticker Time Strat Time Report.